What's up, everybody? It's your boy, it's your man, Dirty C, and today we're going to be taking a look at one of the first major releases for 2023, Forspoken. Yes, we are going to be breaking down the story, gameplay, and performance of one of the most divisive games in recent memory. Before we begin, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Now, is Forspoken the new wonderland of gaming we've been hoping for, or is it off with its head? Let's find out. Story. We begin Forspoken playing in modern-day New York and taking control of the down-and-out street orphan known as Frey. After a brush with the law, her plans to escape the street life go horribly wrong, leaving Frey homeless and desperate. At her worst moments of despair, Frey is suddenly transported to Athia, a distant fantasy land teeming with danger. It's in Athia where Frey is thrown into a character-defining journey, where she is charged with taking down the tyrannical rulers of Athia known as the Tantas. What ensues is a character-driven journey as Frey uncovers more about her mysterious past and attempts to unite Athia against the Break and overthrow the Tantas. Forspoken's story is essentially a modern take on the Alice in Wonderland arc, and is solid enough to keep players engaged as they trounce through the open world of Athia. It goes through some pretty solid twists and turns before going out with a bang of an ending. Though the beginning modern-day New York section feels rushed and incomplete, and overall fails to provide anything meaningful or any weight to the characters it introduces. Forspoken's story as a whole is good, but where it stumbles real hard is not in the story in and of itself, but rather how the story is told. Many times the game straight up locks Frey in place and forces the player to listen to long and colorless dialogue that really only serves as a lazy exposition dump. It felt like every time the tension was rising and things were getting exciting, the game just ripped me away from the action to tediously explain to me what was going on. There's a section right before the finale of the game that's a full-on 40-minute forced plot information dump that really halted any momentum for me going into the big climax of the game. Overall, the strengths of Forspoken's story just feel underutilized and sabotaged by bad storytelling, leaving plot progression feeling more like a chore than anything else. Gameplay. Forspoken's gameplay focuses on two core systems, the traversal system and the combat, both of which feel great at first, but then unfortunately just become clunky and repetitive. The traversal system itself is absolutely fine, but serves the primary function of exploring Athia, which leaves a lot to be desired. The land of Athia is just not interesting. There are few engaging NPCs, no real secrets or mysteries to unfold. The exploration and traversal quickly turns into go over there, do this thing, and get another thing very quickly. The open world and what there is to do in it are flat out meaningless, leaving the traversal system wildly underutilized and dull a few hours into the game. Combat, on the other hand, is a little bit better. From the different schools of magic to pick from, and the ability to improve and upgrade different abilities as you please, the combat system is dense and offers a lot of different playstyle variety. However, where the combat falters is its repetitive nature and lack of enemy design. Clearing out massive hordes of basic adds feels great at first, but Forspoken does little to shake up the moment-to-moment enemy interaction, leaving yet another solid gameplay system going underutilized. However, there is one positive to the gameplay experience that we can't ignore, and that is the boss fights. Though normal enemy encounters can be a snooze, boss fights are anything but. The clashes with the major story bosses are epic showdowns with a fantastic mix of cinematic complexity and butt-cheek clenching combat. Performance. Forspoken on PS5 offers 3 different visual modes: quality, ray tracing, and performance, each having their own 120Hz counterpart. And quite frankly, all of them look bad. In quality and ray tracing modes, the frame rate and consistent frame rate drops made it nearly unbearable to play. And performance mode, everything was just blurry and washed out. Sometimes the pre-rendered cutscenes would look great, but anything in-engine just looked bad. Now, I'm not going to pretend to be a performance expert, and I highly recommend checking out Digital Foundry's video on these issues, but overall, none of the visual modes provided any type of visual effect that I would consider current gen. For a current gen only release with some serious spec requirements on PC, this is just unacceptable and makes the game feel rushed and unpolished and shoved out the door. Furthermore, the audio was mixed horribly. At times, during big emotional moments, I couldn't hear the characters speaking over the music, which made subtitles at times an absolute must. Lastly, there is haptic trigger utilization, but just like everything else slightly positive in this game, it goes underutilized and just makes the combat feel sluggish. Turning off the haptic triggers was key in making this game just feel so much smoother and overall made the combat just better. Forspoken. We had all our doubts about you coming out, but I wanted to remain hopeful. Even after your disappointing demo, I was still holding out for some late-stage fixes, and unfortunately, I was left ultimately feeling let down. Forspoken, like many games these days, probably could have used just a little more time in the oven before being force-fed undercooked to its famished customers. With teeth-pulling storytelling, repetitive and uninspired exploration, lazy enemy design, poor performance, and surprisingly short runtime of about 16 hours, Forspoken gets a split decision from me. If you're super keen on this game, maybe you like the world and the art style and story seems appealing to you, then I recommend you wait for sale. If you're just curious and want to see what this game is about, well, then I'm sorry. You're better off finding similar, more polished experiences elsewhere, and thus, I suggest you ditch this game. Alright everybody, as usual, I hope this helped you make an informed financial decision. As 2023 kicks off, I am so excited for the crazy amount of games coming out. We have a lot of buy, sale, or ditch videos coming, and the Dead Space remake Let's Play is about to start in a couple of days. Either way, y'all, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. It's your boy, it's your man, Dirty C, signing off, and I will see you in the next video. Peace, y'all.